On this episode of the ASP, we talk about Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F. Plus, stick around at the end where we do a Deadpool 2 spoiler review. Welcome to the Animation Station Podcast, episode 98. My name is Josh.
My name is Corey.
And today we're going to be talking about the 2015 anime film Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F. And at the end, we're going to do a little Deadpool 2 spoiler review, because we both saw it, and we wanted to talk about it because we're nerds.
Big emphasis on spoiler.
Oh yeah, I don't like the non-spoiler episodes. I mean, it's one of those where it's just like, what's the point? Who cares?
Exactly.
Okay, so first off, before we start, this is episode 98, so we're our countdown to 100. So 2 more episodes until our big episode 100 with Cloud City Cast, or Liam from Cloud City Cast, when we talk about Cowboy Bebop. But Corey, got any news?
I have a little bit. It's kind of a weird one. Over in Japan is a pretty successful video game franchise called Dragon Ball Heroes. It was announced a couple days ago that they are going to do a small limited run for an anime adaptation to promote the new game that's coming out at the end of this year. Mm-hmm. I've never played any of the games. I truly don't know what all it's about. It looks like it's just a mashup of anything, but apparently you're going to get some anime from it. So if you've played the games before, I mean, I know they're hugely successful. I just haven't touched it before. It looks like it could be fun.
Yeah, I mean, like, what's it about? Like, what, like, I have no idea what the story is on this one.
Alright, so, the production company said, Dragon Ball Heroes Universe Survival and Prison Planet arcs that will be made into an RP anime. The first episode's pre-screening will take place on July 1st, and then so on and so forth.
Oh my goodness, they look so cute. Like, they do. Like, it's like, it looks like there's a little bitty 17. Majin Buu is dressed as a pirate. There's a Namek who looks like he has, like, the Namek ship on as his armor. Looks like I don't know who that's some girl. I don't know if that's supposed to be
probably an original
Chi-Chi,
character.
maybe? I don't know. And then, yeah, there's, like, cool looking, like, like, more, like, better than, like, Dragon Ball Goku, but, like, cooler looking than the GT Goku. And then, like,
Good.
there's a cool looking Frieza. That looks pretty cool. That's nifty.
So, that's all I got on it. I was going to look more into it once it came closer to actually coming out. But,
sorry, did you say when it was coming out, or did they have, like, a window for it?
They had a pre-screening for July 1st, but summer is all they said officially.
Gotcha, okay. I wonder when that'll translate to over here.
Probably never.
Yeah, maybe,
just for the fact that the game's never made it here.
Yeah, that would kind of... Well, it's one of those weird ones where I could see Funimation, like, maybe, like, it depending on what style they do. If they do that cutesy, almost like chibi style, I could see them doing something like what they did with, when they brought in Attack on Titan Junior High.
Okay, alright, yeah.
And maybe doing something along those same lines.
I couldn't do that one.
Oh, dude, I think I got 2 episodes in, and then I was done. I was like, I can't finish this show. It was too much. It was way too much. So, 2 bits of info out of Rooster Teeth. First off, Rob McElhenney from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is getting together with Rooster Teeth to create an animated horror comedy series. Which
I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, I'm like, what? This is amazing. I'm so on board with this that it's great. And like, I know like the guys at Rooster Teeth, especially Jeff and Michael, are big fans of It's Always Sunny, and they talk about it pretty much nonstop. And it's also kind of cool because Bernie, who's the founder of Rooster Teeth, was on an episode of It's Always Sunny.
Really? Which one?
Yeah, like I don't know. He was in the bar, and like they're doing something, and he kind of like looks over at him, and then he like shakes his head, and then that's it. So he's just like in it for like a quick second, but they brought him in to do a cameo. So that's probably where all of this kind of started, because I think that was like last year or 2 years ago. So I think that's where everything kind of started coming to fruition.
That's pretty cool.
So,
I am a couple seasons behind, but I'll have to keep an eye out.
Yeah, so I'm pretty stoked about that. We also it also announced that season 3 of Camp premieres this Friday, May 25th.
Oh!
So we're gonna get our season 3 of Camp, which I don't know. I mean, it's gonna be hard to follow up the ending of season 2. The ending of season 2 was emotional, and it got me in the feels.
Definitely. So what are your early predictions for what's going to happen this season?
Oh man, what I think's gonna happen? Well, I think we're getting a new camper. I believe that's one of the things that I read, so I'm kind of interested in what this new camper is going to do. I'd like to see some more interaction between the other camps as well. Like, more stuff with, like, the Wood Scouts, and the I can't remember the other group. The Girl Scout group.
That's who I want, because that one person's voice, it's terrible, but I love it.
I think she's all 3 of the Girl Scouts, or I know she's I think she's 2. But no, I mean, yeah, like they're the Flower Scouts.
There you go.
I love the Flower Scouts. Like when they had that whole episode where they were just like drug dealers.
Yep.
Last year, it was just so good. It's like, but we wanna go to Cabo. It's like, oh my gosh, I loved it.
Anytime they're
like, wait,
on,
Cabo's in Mexico? Gross. Man. So yeah, I'm ready for Camp. It's of Rooster Teeth's animated shows, it's the one that I look forward to the most. Like Red vs. Blue, I'll wait for it to come out. Ruby, I'll wait for the whole entire season to come out, and then I'll watch it. But Camp, I'm watching every week.
Yeah, I'll definitely be doing that. Do you think we're going to be able to see, I cannot remember his name, his parents, though?
Max's parents?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think if they were gonna come, I think they would have come in the finale. So I kind of hope that they don't.
Mm-hmm. It would kind of soften the feels of the finale for season 2.
Exactly. So like, I would love for them not to show up, and it would be like Gwen and David are kind of like the surrogate parents while he's at the camp.
Or maybe they do show up and take him away from camp.
Oh, see, that would be good. See, like we've not had anybody. Like, there's been, I guess, kind of threats of, well, not even threats of, like, there were threats of closing down the camp, but there's not been a threat of, like, taking somebody out of the camp, which would be interesting. I would like to see them, like, I didn't even know who you would try and pull out of camp. But, sure. Yeah, that would be interesting, to try and, maybe somebody, like, pull Nikki out of camp, and just be like, why? Like, something along those lines. That would be kind of interesting.
Yeah, and then, like, right before the season ends, they come back or something like that. Or just make it to where that's the finale. Someone gets taken out of camp.
Yeah. That would be a tough one. I would like to see more of, I can't remember his name. I think it's Preston? The magician boy, and Neris, the D&D girl. I love their interactions, because I love that they both totally believe in magic, but it's 2 completely different forms of magic, and they hate each other.
Yes, it is great.
Yeah, I love their interactions with each other. Like, they had that whole episode where I guess they kind of, I don't know, like, I would assume that they're friends now, because they have that whole, like, Lord of the Rings style adventure. And it seemed like they were totally, together, like, with the, maybe instead of fighting each other, we should have been working together. They do that whole bit. That's really great. And then I guess the camp's on fire. Like, the volcano actually erupts.
Yep.
Which was pretty good.
I just love how she throws D4s.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, real quick,
like, do you want a 20-sided ass kicking? Love it. Got it on a shirt. I have my Rooster. I'll wear it to the next session.
what would hurt worse, stepping on a D4 or a Lego barefoot?
A D4.
Okay.
Like, I've stepped on Legos before, and, like, with Legos, and again, I don't know how people step. I don't, like, clomp around like a horse, but, like, when I step, if I feel something, I stop. Like, a D4, though, you're not gonna feel it until you get to the point. A Lego, you can be like, oh, I touched the edge, there's something there, I should not step fully on it. But, a D4, you're like, doot, clomp, and you go right on the tip. Like, if it was a D20 or, anything else, it would be a little bit easier because it's kind of a little bit more rounded. But, yeah, a D4, it's just like pyramid.
Just a pyramid of pain.
Yeah, it is a pyramid of pain. That's what a D4 is.
Oh. And you take 1d4 damage.
But you also take, another 1d4 of psychic damage because you've, like, lost your psyche at that point. It's like, oh, God.
Mental anguish.
Other than that, the only other bit of news is they're creating a ThunderCats animated series. A new
Oh my God, yes.
I don't know about that animation.
Okay.
It's weird. Like, look it up real quick. The voice cast is pretty good. They've got Max Middleton. Middleton, not Middleman. Whatever. Max Middleton. He is going to be Lion-O, which is great because he's basically, if it's an anime movie, he's the male protagonist. Like, he's the main character in Your Name. He's the main character in that Lou Over the Wall. He's the main character in Summer Wars. So he is, if it's an anime movie, he's probably been the main character.
Okay.
So he's Lion-O, but yeah, I don't know. The styling of it looks really, really bizarre.
I'll have to look it up after this, because if I start typing, it's going to blow up everyone's eardrums.
Oh, man. So, you got anything else, Corey?
No, that's pretty much all I got.
Okay, well, I guess let's go ahead and... I guess it's ready to... Wow, I can't even talk, my gosh. I guess we can go ahead and start. Oh, man.
So how would you rate this movie?
just start off. Sorry, the ThunderCats is called ThunderCats Roar. And Here you go. I'm just going to go ahead and send you this right now. But, yeah, I'll send you this while I go ahead and read a little bit about the movie. So today's movie, we are watching, again, the 2015 anime film Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F. Now, this is the 19th Dragon Ball movie, and our 20th Dragon Ball movie comes out later this year. It is the Dragon Ball Super movie. But this was this is the movie that came out right after Battle of the Gods, so it kind of, restarted the new Dragon Ball, like, fervor, I would say.
I'd agree with that, yeah. Because, Battle of the Gods got a lot of hype with it, but then this definitely, bringing back, spoiler.
Yeah, bringing back Frieza and, like, actually have... See, like, Battle of the Gods was one thing, but, like, there wasn't really a lot of fighting in Battle of the Gods. It was all like, oh, we're going to set up this new universe. But with this one, it's, like, almost non-stop fighting. You have a little bit of exposition, but then the rest of it's like, everybody fight. And that's what we get, and it's really, really good on that aspect. But I watched the English dub. Did you watch the funny dub?
Yes. I
so
did
yeah,
so the first time I watched it in Japanese, and this time I watched it in English.
Nice. So we have basically our same cast of characters. Greg Aries comes back as Frieza, Chris Sabat as Piccolo and Vegeta, and Yamcha and countless other characters. Sean Schimmel. Let's see, who else is in this? Kyle Hebert, friend of the show, Kyle Hebert as Gohan. So we pretty much got a lot of people back. I think the only two people that got recast from the original Dragon Ball Z, I think, was Trunks and Gohan.
Yes.
And I think maybe
Goten.
Chi-Chi? Goten. Yeah, not Gohan. Goten. But yeah, definitely Trunks. I remember they did Trunks. Because now it's, like, I think it's Maka?
It's no longer Laura Bailey.
Yeah. She got, unfortunately, replaced. Mainly because she doesn't live in Texas anymore.
That'll do it.
That'll do it, yeah. It makes it a lot harder to do these simuldubs when you're not in the state and can easily be available. But yeah, so I mean, I remember watching this in theater. I saw this before I saw Battle of the Gods. So like when I saw this one, I was like, oh man, I don't know who these two characters are, but you know, whatever. So I watched it and I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then like Jocko, like I thought it was more like he was more of a character in Battle of the Gods, but he's like not in it. Mm-hmm. And so like when he showed up in this, I was like, wait, huh? I don't understand. So you're like Space Police? Is it Tenchi Muyo now? I was really confused about the whole thing.
Gotcha. I can see that happening. Why didn't you watch Battle of the Gods first?
I didn't know about it. Like, it was one of those where, like, I knew that it was a thing, but I don't think it came out near me at the time.
Gotcha.
But then, like, being more aware, like, in 2015 than I was in 2013, when we got Resurrection F, it was like, oh, okay, yeah, this is a thing. So then I went and saw it. Because I think I saw it with Brady and Charlie.
Okay. See, I watched Battle of the Gods, not knowing that it was going to be going to continue. So I thought it was just done. Like, oh, cool, new movie, I'll see it. And then Resurrection F, direct sequel to it, it kind of blew my mind. I'm like, oh wait, it's actually happening. But then when they did the anime, I was a little upset that they basically just covered both movies again.
Yeah, it seems like a bit of a waste, but whatever. So basically, I mean, loose plot of this movie, Frieza's army is not doing so hot. So one of his commanders, Sorbet, comes around and is like, "We're gonna get all the Dragon Balls and I wish for Frieza to come back." I love how Shinron too is like, "Are you sure?" Like he got disintegrated, man. I mean, I can do it, but it's gonna be messy. And they're like, "Do it!" And then there's like plop, 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 plop. And you're like, "Oh yeah, we didn't think this one through." Yeah. But I like how they still had the Mai and Pilaf, and I don't remember the dog's name.
Doge.
Had them all there, and it's like you had the second wish. We wish for 1 million zenny, and you're like, okay, cool, good job, guys.
Yeah, just of all the things you could have wished for, could have got 2 million zenny.
Well, I mean, I think Pilaf's even you could have asked for 100 million, but we'll take it. I still like that they still have Pilaf. It's still one of, and I guess Mai's still like, hey, my boyfriend Trunks, he'll mess you up.
I was bummed he wasn't in it.
Right? Yeah, it's kind of sucks that we didn't have Trunks and Goten. Because I mean, Goten's my favorite of the two. Trunks and Goten. I like Goten the most, but they never do anything with this character. So
yeah. So they get the body parts, the blobs, which Frieza's alive. His eye is still looking around. That's kind of creepy.
Yeah, that was.
And bring him back. One thing I did like a lot is that they said that whenever Frieza came back, that he was rotting in Earth's hell. I thought it seemed kind of cool. Like maybe each planet has their own hell.
Well, it's weird because he died on... Oh, no, I guess he didn't die on Namek. He died on Earth because Trunks cut him in half. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
And he didn't want to go back to Earth's hell.
Yeah, well, yeah, because we have cute little fairies. That like, hey, Frieza. Oh, man, that was good. I loved how that was his hell, too.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is your hell. It's like, it's nice and pretty and cute.
You're stuck in the cocoon listening to happiness.
How awful.
Terrible, terrible,
But
terrible.
So they bring him back, and at this point, Frieza finds out that Goku defeated Boo, and so then Frieza's like, I've never trained before. Maybe I should train. And then it's like a Rocky montage. That doesn't actually happen, but would have been cool.
Yep.
We have a Rocky montage of Frieza training, and then he's like, all right, yeah, I'm like 1,000 times stronger now, so bye.
After just
and then he
4
goes
months.
off and then they
just
all
trained
fight.
for 4 months, and he's good.
That's it, yeah. He's like, I was able to basically hit my god mode in 4 months.
Just stupid
After
strong.
being
It's not
dead
fair.
for years.
Yep. No atrophy at all.
Nope, yeah, totally fine. Gohan kind of made a little bit of a comeback in this, which I guess is more of the setup for the series.
Yeah, definitely.
Because,
But
I mean, he's been a nothing character for a
since
while.
Cell Games,
Yeah, it's just like... Ugh,
biggest
he
disappointment.
did nothing. And even in this one, he's like, all right, I'm ready to fight. And then he gets, like, destroyed, like, round 1. You're like, oh, okay.
So Frieza brings his army of what they say, 10,000.
I think so. Yeah, it's like a ton of people.
Yeah, 10,000 just nobodies to Earth.
There was
And
like
then-
one dude who looked like Jace.
Yep.
I saw that. I was like, is that Jace? He just like had like shorter hair. I was like, oh, maybe it's Jace's son, but it doesn't matter. He's dead. So
the Vegeta and Goku are with Beerus and Whis training, so they're not on Earth, of course. And so they get Master Roshi, Piccolo.
it's like Master
Tien.
Roshi, Piccolo, Tien. Let me scroll down. It's Gohan, Piccolo, Krillin, Master Roshi, Tien, and Jocko.
No Yamcha. Your boy Yamcha left out again.
He wasn't invited. He was probably with. Honestly, he was probably at the aquarium with Trunks and Goten.
Fair enough. We can go with that. This part irritated me. Yes, it's 10,000, but they're not trying to kill any of them.
Yeah.
Like, it even gets pointed out they're doing non-lethal damage, and they're getting beat up the entire process of trying to not hurt these people. But somehow dropping mountains on them and stuff doesn't kill them. I don't know.
AniMay, man. AniMay rules. AniMay rules don't really count.
But you got to see Master Roshi like get really swole for a little bit.
Yeah. I love it when he gets swole. And he's just
Yeah.
like, all right, guys, here I go. And he pops it and he's like, "Rrr." Like freaking Hulkamania's out of his shirt.
Yep. So that was really cool. I did enjoy seeing that. Krillin, it's Krillin. Meh.
And yeah, Chaozu's kind of just there.
At least
He's like, I'm
alive.
Chaozu. Yeah, it would have been cooler if he's like, I got you, Tien. It's like, bleep, poof. Like, Chaozu. Yeah, and then you're like, oh, no, he's dead. Sorry.
And
Sorry again.
see, Krillin has a bag of 10 plus sensu beans this time.
Yeah, it's like, I like that, though. It's like, oh, we're going to have to fight Frieza. Let me get my backpack full of sensu beans. I'm kind of like, have you guys not like made anything better than sensu bean? You guys should make like a sensu bean energy drink, which is like you're like can constantly drink it.
Well, that's the problem. Is you make a drink, then you have to open it, and then you can just get the bean and just chew it.
I get maybe sensu patch, like a nicotine patch.
There
So you
go.
like pop it on, so it's just like you're always getting that sensu. Even if you get knocked out, you're like, up, I'm back.
Anime, man.
So yeah, so the fight goes badly. They're able to beat the soldiers, but yeah, they can't touch Frieza. And I think Gohan even goes Super Saiyan, and it's just like, yeah, no.
Yeah,
I think like, Frieza's
in
like
his
messing
first
with
form.
him. It's like, you defeated Cell? Whatever.
Yeah. No, it's a totally different level. The fact that Frieza is able to take them all on in his first form.
Yeah. And then, like, Bulma's able to, yeah, I guess get in touch with, like, Goku and Vegeta, and they return to Earth. And it's weird, like, doesn't, like, Whis fights with them.
No. Whis was training.
Oh, no, that's right. They don't fight. They just kind of sit there.
Eating their strawberry ice cream.
Oh, strawberry custard. Which is weird.
They like food.
I know, but still, it's like... I understand the whole, Weissenberg's, like, they're basically too good for this stuff, but it's also kind of like, well, if it gets destroyed, you don't get to eat any of this food no more. Maybe you help out.
They
you know what I mean?
Do. So, it's Goku that fights first. And I gotta say,
Goku
animation style-wise, I loved it.
Yeah.
He starts off fighting just in normal, not even Super Saiyan, just normal Goku. And I thought it was a really cool scene because there's no music at all, just dead silent. And they're just punching the crap out of each other.
Yeah, it's definitely cool. And Goku basically beats Frieza again. And then Goku, being the nice guy that he is,
lets him power up.
yeah, it's like, yeah, darn. Then Goku gets beaten. And I liked that, Frieza, even though he knows all about Vegeta, still tried to bring Vegeta on.
Yeah.
I was like, hey man, you can kill Goku. Join us.
So, let's see real quick. I was a little irritated, though, that they didn't really touch base on any of Super Saiyan God Blue. Because in the other movie, Battle of the Gods, his hair was red. He went just regular Super Saiyan God.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, in this movie, if you didn't watch any of it, what the hell is this blue thing?
Well, yeah, that's what I was like. Like, the only reason I knew anything about it is because, like, I think they say it. I think maybe Goku says it.
Like Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan.
It's like, this is my Super Saiyan God, and you're like, oh snap. And then when Vegeta finally does it, they're like, oh my gosh, he went Super Saiyan God.
That made me so happy. For the first time in forever, Vegeta was on the same playing field as Goku.
They've kind of been on the same playing field,
but it's always
he's usually always second to hit something.
But he did it his own way.
Yeah, like Goku's just kind of like it just like happens for him, and Vegeta is constantly training.
Yeah,
and trying to get better, which I mean, I guess Goku doesn't really have to do.
Well, Goku trains nonstop anyway, just because he likes to do it. He's a terrible
father, I mean,
so
he likes to do it, but I mean, like, you can tell, like, with Vegeta, there is that I have to be better than Goku, so I have to do more. Whereas Goku is just like, boop-a-doop-a-doo, I'm gonna eat some things and maybe chase a T-Rex later, that type of stuff. The usual, yeah. But yeah, with Vegeta, you can always tell that there is that drive to surpass, because really Goku doesn't have anybody to surpass.
Exactly.
But yeah, so that's why, like, when Vegeta does it, it's like, good for you, Vegeta. Good job, man.
You did it. But
oh, man.
I did like how they were arguing for a good portion of time on who gets to fight Frieza.
Mm-hmm. Be like,
I
won.
They actually end up fighting each other. But yeah, so Goku gets taken out by a freaking pistol. Laser pistol.
Like you do.
By Sorbet.
What a stupid name.
I mean, come on, all their names are ridiculous, but they're great.
Yes.
And then, of course, the last sensu bean that they give to Goku, and he's just like, okay, it's your turn, Vegeta.
Yeah. And then, then we have the Vegeta fight, and then...
Vegeta just dominating.
Then quickly, doesn't really do anything.
Yeah. He goes on a little monologue for a little bit.
Yeah, and then it's like, then Frieza's like, okay, well, destroy Earth, boom. And then we destroy Earth
and then
along with
Vegeta.
What?
And then the credits roll. Movie's over.
Pretty much, yeah. Like, they're like on like some random little like rock, I guess. I don't remember.
A chunk of Earth.
Yeah, it's like a little bit of Earth, and you're like, oh snap! Well, this didn't work out very well. And then freaking Barris is like, oh yeah, by the way, I can go back like 3 minutes. So he totally like Galaxy Quests it. And you're like, well, we have the Omega 13, and it can go back 3 minutes, but you can only do it once.
Well, Whis did it before earlier in the movie. Whenever Beerus first woke up, he sneezed, and that beam thing that he snotted out blew up the planet, and then Whis rewound it.
Yeah,
Because
I know, but I mean, he doesn't tell. Like, it would have been nice if like the Earthlings would have known that, you know?
Yeah, I can see that.
And then it's like, oh, okay, I guess I could do this now. So yeah, he sends Goku back, and Goku has to take it away from Vegeta.
Yep, his one moment to finally get revenge, but Goku, Super Saiyan Blue, Kamehameha, blah, dead.
I did like that though. It's like dang it, Kakarot, that was my shot. He was my kill. Be like, yeah, well,
but we all died.
Exactly. It's like, well, you did, you didn't even beat him. He totally lift.
So and then
at the end we have Frieza back in Earth Hell,
just getting all flustered.
He's like,
But
all right.
Overall, I mean, I was very happy with it.
There were some bits of the animation that were a little bit wanky, like and that happens whenever you have so many people on screen at the same time, especially like in those like all the flying bits. I did like that they tried to make each person do something different. Like not everybody was just like static, like just chilling. Like people are like moving and stuff like that, but you can tell it's a different bit of animation. And I wasn't really a fan of it. Like it's more of like that 3D CG type animation than everybody else. And I kind of hate when they do that. Like if you're gonna do that for a fight scene, that's one thing. But when you're just having like these 3D characters interacting in the same frame as these 2D characters, to me it never fits very well. But I mean, you kind of have to do that. Otherwise, I mean, the animation just in that alone would be ridiculous. To try and animate all those 2D people.
I can agree with that. And I mean, I think this was also around Dragon Ball Super already started this time, right? I don't remember. But I do know whenever the show first started, there was also a lot of animation problems.
Yeah. Oh man. So yeah, I mean, yeah, that's my gripes with that. I wish we would have got more of a like a chala, like we get it for like 2 seconds at the beginning, and I was like, oh, we should have got more. We should have got more.
They teased you with it.
They teased us. Other than that, I mean, the music is very just regular Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, nothing special with that one.
Yeah, there's nothing really special about it.
Voice acting being my favorite part. I did like how it was just silent.
Yeah,
for that
those
part.
are always the best. And I like when things do that. Like whenever, like if you're in space, I never think that you should have any music while you're in space.
Mm-hmm. I can agree with that.
Like one of the cool things that Battlestar Galactica did, like they would have like a background music, but then whenever they were in space, the only thing that you could hear was like thrusters. And that was it. Like all of the space battles were just like the guns going, the ships moving, and like some explosion. But they hardly ever did any sort of background music during any of the space dogfights, and I loved that. Like to me, that just makes it seem more real. Mm-hmm. So like to me, I like it whenever you're in space. I don't want there to be any sort of music.
So you love Star Wars space battles, then?
Yes, absolutely, love it. No, like, I don't know. It's one of those like I like the space. Like I keep going back to Battlestar Galactica. I like the space battles in Battlestar Galactica because they look like, oh yeah, that's what a ship would have to do. You know, like use reverse thrusters like to make sharp turns. Yeah. Whereas, I mean, in Star Wars, it's just like zoo, It just does a turn.
They just
and you're
turn
like
a regular airplane.
Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Because like force wise, I mean, I don't think your ship would be able to make that turn in space, like going as fast as you're going.
You don't throw science into Star Wars, Josh.
I know, which is one of those like it's science fiction. It's like no, it's not. Star Wars has never been science fiction. It's been a fantasy set in space.
Yes.
Okay, so other than that, I mean, I don't really, there's no, I don't really have too many gripes with this movie. I do have a weird rating system for this, though.
All right.
So it's going to be weird. So I'll let you go first.
I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 Durgans.
4 out of 5 Durgans? Okay. So here's the way that this is going to go. As a Dragon Ball Z movie, it's a 4 for sure. As an anime movie, it's like a 3.
Okay. I can agree with you on that one. I think I gave Battle of the Gods a 4 as well. So that I like this better than Battle of the Gods. So I couldn't really say it was lower. But
yeah,
it's definitely not near the top tier.
Exactly. So, yeah, that's my thing. Like if it's an anime film, like for a DBZ film, and for like as a DBZ film in the Dragon Ball universe franchise, it's a 4. It's high up there. It's really, really good. But like as just a regular anime film, I'm popping it in that 3 era, just because I mean it's like the story's not that much. It's just like revenge. That's all the story is. There's really no story outside of they broke him out of jail and he's gonna go fight now. That's it.
Yep.
That's the story.
Pretty much.
So yeah, like I like more, story, but like for Dragon Ball Z, I mean, there's not like a ton of story, or the story is monologued over 5 episodes. So,
and then multiple episodes of montages of powering up.
Exactly. Like when frickin' Piccolo's like, okay, I'm gonna talk for a bit so I can grow my arm back over the course of 3 episodes. And you won't know, haha.
Oh, man.
Okay, so yeah, I'll like as a DBZ movie, I'm gonna give it a 4. So it looks like we're pretty even on that. All right. So now we're gonna kind of go off on something a little bit different. So get ready. We're gonna do a spoiler review of Deadpool 2, starting right now. So
I loved it.
Yeah. So spoiler review. I saw it Saturday. You saw it Saturday. We got our opening weekends in there. So we'll just go straight into first question. Better than Deadpool?
Yes.
I agree. Which is weird because usually the second one is never as good as the first one.
Yeah, but I like it better pretty much almost every way.
Yeah, like this one it felt like it had consequences, and it felt like it had reasons, whereas Deadpool was just like, okay. Like there wasn't really a reason to do anything other than like he just wanted to kill Francis. But yeah, there really wasn't anything about it. It was cool. It was funny. It was inventive for what it was, like for it being the first thing to actually do this. But yeah, like Deadpool 2 for me is leaps and bounds over it. Like the humor's better, the characters are better, they're more fleshed. Like Deadpool's definitely more fleshed out. We miss a few characters. Like we don't get a lot of Negasonic Teenage Warhead. And I really liked her in the first movie. But we get other stuff. Unfortunately, like so for me, like the last preview I watched was the one with the arm, like Cable's green arm. That was the last preview I saw for it. Because like after that, I was like, okay, I don't want to watch anything else because I just wanted to see what they were gonna let Cable look like, and so that was the only thing I wanted to see. So I didn't watch anything else. I know they had that one where like they're joining the people in X-Force, but I didn't see any of that. So when I saw Shatterstar on Scream, I was like, oh my gosh, Shatterstar! He's like the worst of the Marvel people! And
he died in a glorious way.
Yeah, they just... I will say, like, that part I was not expecting. But it was fantastic. I like that they did it. It was really, really good. It was so funny.
What did Deadpool call the regular average Joe guy that didn't have any powers that joined the X-Force?
Oh god,
Like something bear.
was it Honey Bear?
Maybe.
I think it's Honey Bear.
That I thought was great. And I felt so bad for him whenever the guy that plays it threw up all over him and burned his body.
Yeah. Oh, that was bad. Well, part of me's like, so, like, Deadpool, and we'll talk about the end credit scene here in a bit, just because, my gosh. I will say, like, it is something that I wouldn't have expected in a Deadpool movie. And we have our first ever, because I checked with Liam, and he couldn't think of any, but we have our first LGBT character in a Marvel movie with Negasonic Teenage Warhead and Yukio. And I'm like, Deadpool, look at you!
Well, he also makes it a big point throughout the movie multiple times talking about acceptance.
Yes, he does. Oh, God. Thinking that Cable's racist because he kills, like, Black Tom or whatever.
Yeah.
That was
great.
so bad. Oh, man. It was good
yeah,
stuff.
I can't think of anyone else. Like, any other relationships like that.
I was trying to think, and I was like, no, I don't think they have anything. What did you think of the cameos?
All right, so I love the fact that they had James McAvoy and all the current X-Men in it.
So here's the thing: is that canon? Is Deadpool in the McAvoy universe?
I think it's just going to be Deadpool canon, not
okay.
But I think hands down the best cameo by far was the Invisible Person, which was Brad Pitt.
Vanisher, yeah, it was Brad Pitt. I was like, oh my gosh, that was so good.
Yes.
Like, it was one of those, like, I thought for sure it was Brad Pitt, so I had to sit through the credits to make sure. But Matt Damon's also in that movie.
As who?
You know, okay, so you know that other hillbilly that's talking to Alan Tudyk?
Yeah.
Which, again, another cameo, Alan Tudyk, that's Matt Damon.
God,
the one who's talking about toilet paper. It's Matt Damon.
I cannot believe I missed that. Matt Damon has the best cameos. I didn't know.
Like, apparently, I had to look it up because, like, I saw his name and then I've like I put up my phone and I was like looking for it, and apparently nobody knew. Like, he's basically unrecognizable. The only way that you know that it's like Matt Damon is when you look. Like, it's the same way with like, you don't know that Nathan Fillion is that big alien in the first Guardians movie.
Yeah.
You just don't know that until you look in the credits or read it online and you're like, oh snap, that was Nathan Fillion. It's one of those that you just don't know.
That's awesome. No, Matt Damon by far has the best cameos for me.
Oh yeah, like Eurotrip, fantastic. Thor Ragnarok, fantastic. So he's got the best. Yeah, he's definitely up there with the cameos.
I gotta say,
there was the Stan
favorite
Lee cameo.
line. Do what?
There was the Stan Lee cameo.
Yep, on the wall.
On the wall, yep.
Favorite line by far is whenever not Thanos, my bad, Cable is talking to Deadpool, and it's like, who the hell are you? And Deadpool just goes, I'm Batman.
They take a lot of shots at DC in this movie. They take a lot of shots at DC. Like, I like the whole, we were fighting, and then, you know, we realized that our moms both had the same name, and I was like, oh. Did they do it again where, like, I think it's like after Cable stabs Deadpool in the shoulder?
That was
and
so
he's
dark.
Like, he's like, she's so dark, are you part of the DC universe? And, like, throws him.
Yep.
So I thought that was good. They take a couple shots at they take a shot at Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Which was bad. It was like, I just got cancer, so now I'm just like, give me a bow and I'm Hawkeye. And I was like, oh. They take more stuff with young Wolverine.
Yep.
So Hugh Jackman still.
Which is great.
Which, I mean, I love, dude, that opening bit where he's like, yeah, I mean, Logan had he had to show me up and die in Logan, and then he had the little music box, which is just dead Wolverine and impaled on the spike. I thought that was amazing.
No, I can't wait to see what they do next. It has to be an X-Force movie.
Oh yeah, apparently they cut something that was apparently there was a joke in there about Disney acquiring Fox that they had to cut.
That would
for
been so
obvious
good.
reasons, because it's one of those where you're like, we can't until it's 100% final, we can't do that.
That would have been so funny though.
It would have been funny. Well, I mean, I think they subverted it with the do you want to build a snowman stuff?
Yeah.
I think that's
that was good too.
Thinking about that, I was like, either. You know what? That's totally true.
So,
I was really sad about the about them killing. I don't know how to say her name.
I don't know who you're talking about. The main girl.
Yeah,
his girlfriend. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she's still waiting for him. That was proven.
Yeah, she is, and well, it's weird because she's a mutant in the comics, so part of me was like, maybe she's gonna not actually be dead, but I guess she is dead, so I guess she's not gonna be a character in the comics, or be the mutant part anymore.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks.
What did you think of Juggernaut?
I was really hoping they were gonna. Again, we got to keep this as PG as possible. But I was really hoping that Deadpool would have been like, "Oh, it's the Juggernaut, B." Give us some little bit of.
I'm glad they
something
didn't.
From the first one. I think it would have been great.
I think they
I'm
did
glad
Juggernaut
he didn't say it.
Right.
Yes.
Finally.
Well, Vinny Jones's Juggernaut was not good. It was just a dude, and I was like, "Oh, that's just Vinny Jones."
Yeah. Do you know who voiced Juggernaut?
No.
In this one? Ryan Reynolds.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
I
awesome.
looked because I was watching the credits and it said Juggernaut as himself. I'm like, really? Come on.
Yeah. I saw the as himself, and that's why I was like, that's why I didn't know what was going on with that. So I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I went to IGN and the director was talking about how Ryan Reynolds was doing the voice for it.
That's cool. That's good. Yeah, he was.
And he was saying because the Juggernaut
Juggernaut
is an awesome character, but he was portrayed so bad in Last Stand that Ryan Reynolds really wanted for him to have a good moment. He's like, I'll just do the voice for it. It's fine.
Yeah.
And he was a bamf. Oh my god.
Oh, dude, he was. When he rips Deadpool apart, I was like, oh my gosh. I did like that. I can't feel my legs, and then he touches them. Oh, there they are.
Yep.
That was good. That was a good bit.
Also, the baby legs.
The baby legs.
Oh, that was glorious.
It's like, God, when he's like, I'm gonna, when I find, Cable, I'm gonna teabag his face, and she's like, more like a sip of tea. I was like, aww.
And then
that
the
was
basic
good.
instinct joke.
It was funny.
Oh, it was so good. So, what about the end credits?
Well, first off, I was not a fan of the kid. I didn't care about the kid. I understand the reasons for him, wanting to kill the guy and being angry and everything like that. I'm totally aware of that. I got that, but I don't know. I didn't like the kid. He was a little d-bag, and I was just like, I don't like you.
What?
I don't know.
I don't even know who that person. I don't know the mutant.
I don't know either. The only thing, maybe they did a male version of Boom Boom. That would be the only, because there's an X-Force member called Boom Boom who she's one of the founders, and she fires basically these explosion orbs, almost like a Kamehameha, where she's like boom, and they got da-da-da-da-da, and they blow up. So that's the only thing that I would maybe he's supposed to be Boom Boom. I don't know. What was his name? Fire Fist?
Something like that, yeah.
Something stupid. But yeah, I was just like, I don't care about you, kid. Your life sucks, I get it, but yeah, shove off. You're just a little a-hole. Which I guess fits in X-Men or X-Force.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look some stuff up on him to figure out exactly what he even is. And also, thinking about it, I want to see who played the adult version of him. Like, I'm pretty sure that was a cameo of somebody else.
Very possible.
All you see is his face for a tiny bit.
You know who it kind of looked like? For whatever reason, like, when I saw it, I was like John Travolta in, like, Battlefield Earth.
Ugh.
I was like, what is this? Get out of here with your dreadlocks, you weird guy.
I just want to forget that movie even exists.
I think most people forget that movie exists. It's basically the Scientology movie.
Yeah, my mom likes that movie.
Is your mom a Scientologist?
No, she's
it was
not.
written by L. Ron Hubbard.
I also know my grandmother likes that movie, and she is definitely not Scientologist. She's a Mormon.
Oh man. Okay, so yeah, I guess so in credit scene.
Yep. Which one?
In credit scenes. I like the bit where he calls Negasonic 11. I thought that was good. I was like, oh, you had to put the Stranger Things in there. Good job.
Mm-hmm.
And
I love how Ryan Reynolds was able to go back and fix his issues that he's had.
Yeah.
Superhero movies.
Like, he fixed the Deadpool, which I thought was fantastic. I loved that. Well, no, I guess his girlfriend's still alive because he goes back and saves her.
Yeah. Yeah, and that one, yep.
Yeah, so I guess they fixed it, so she's fine. She'll be in the next one. So yeah, I completely just remembered that one because it was just so short and it wasn't as funny as the other ones.
Yeah.
But saves her, so she'll be back. Then we have the Deadpool.
X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Yeah, I didn't want to say the name of it because gross.
Yep.
So he leaps back in. He quantum leaps his way back into the past.
The scene where you first see the new.
Yeah.
What?
I loved that. That was so good. And he just is constantly shooting himself. And it's like, yeah, no, like, hey, just how's it going?
And you just see Logan's face. It's like, what's happening?
Okay, and then he goes back and he Deadpool shoots Ryan Reynolds in the head after he finished the script for Green Lantern.
Yep.
I hope that we're done now. Corey from Double Toasted made a good point where I hope that we're done with the whole Ryan Reynolds apologizing for Green Lantern. This should be it. There should be no more.
I agree, but
we get it. He messed up. It was bad, but just stop with the Green Lantern. This should be it. This should be look, I shot myself in the head. I knew it was bad. You're welcome, Canada. That's it. That's all that should have happened. That should be it from now on.
Hopefully, we'll see. But that's a good stopping point. And they'll probably keep some little small joke in there for the next thing.
I loved his trainee, his little, going down, shooting some, hoops at the Y training X-Men jersey.
Mm-hmm.
I loved that. I love Yukio. I love Yukio. I wish she would have been in it more.
That little part she was in, she was freaking awesome, though.
I love the hi Wade, hi Yukio. I love that. I also love she's she knows he's Wade Wilson.
Yeah.
Just hey Wade.
I do think that probably one of my favorite characters for sure was the taxi driver, the future serial killer.
Oh god, he was great. Poor Shatterstar though. I'm still sad about Shatterstar.
I don't feel bad about it at all.
But they were absolutely right. He was a total D-bag in the comics. Oh man. But so jokes, I guess we can kind of talk about jokes. There was a lot. There was a lot of jokes.
Well, of course there are.
Which Ryan Reynolds has a writing credit on this one, so I'm sure a lot of those were him.
Mm-hmm.
Unless he was just ad-libbing the whole time, and then they're like, "Oh, we got to give you a writing credit now."
What was it? I think they said T.J. Miller is done with Deadpool, though, right?
I think so. I mean, I think he's done with Hollywood in general. I mean, he's messed up so many times. I think he's just done.
Nah, he's a good guy.
I mean, sure. I mean, bomb threats on trains aside, I'm sure he's a great individual.
Well, he didn't make the... Anyway, yeah.
You're right, he didn't make the bomb threat. He just said that there was a woman with a bomb on the street.
Yeah, either way, still
bad. So yeah,
giant idiot.
I think he's donezo. Yeah, I don't know. It was really funny. They did some really good stuff. Domino was fantastic.
Yes, she was. Oh my god, that whole scene where he's talking to her, saying luck isn't a superpower, and she's just all the lucky stuff is happening around her.
And she's like, I'm in, and you're like, what? That was so good. Yeah, she was great. She's definitely one of the best parts of that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Story-wise, it's kind of eh. I mean, the story's not
better than the first one. Still,
it's definitely better than the first story, but it's like the humor and all of the joke, like everything and the action. It makes up for the lack of story.
Yeah,
because the lack of story is. I mean, honestly, you wouldn't need to put any of these characters in this movie other than Deadpool and the kid, and you would have had the same outcome.
Yeah, but you also don't go to a Deadpool movie for the story.
Exactly. Yeah, you go because you know they're going to be breaking walls and everything like that and being funny. When he gets the garden metal rod spike through his head.
Ugh. Yep.
And then Colossus comes and cradles him. I was dying, dude. That was great.
That was so good.
And then we had the awesome CGI fight.
Mm-hmm.
Which I love that they reference, CGI fight.
I did how he did a superhero landing, and then you hear his knee pop as he stands up. It's like, that's not practical.
God, that was bad. Why would you do that? It was so good. Well, I mean, he talks about it in the first movie too. When one chick jumps out, it's like, it's not practical. It hurts the knees. When he's in the prison wagon, and he's cuts the first bullet that Cable shoots, and then he just starts shooting more, and he's just not hitting any of them. They're just going into him. It's just like, ow! That was so good. It was really funny.
Yeah, no, it was spot on for pretty much everything. And, I mean, Josh Brolin as Cable did awesome, I thought.
Yeah. I liked him, for whatever reason, I think he looked better, towards the end of the movie. It's weird to say, but, I thought the look of Cable looked cooler, in that final battle, and, after, when Deadpool was saying his 5-minute goodbye.
Yeah, his Oscar goodbye.
Yeah. It's for the Academy. Oh man, it was great. I thoroughly enjoyed it. In fact, I'm probably going to go see it again on Tuesday because we've got the $5 movies at AMC. So nice. I'll probably see it again.
I don't know if I'll be seeing it again in theaters. There's some other stuff coming out soon that I want to see. So
yeah. Well, so what would you give Deadpool?
5
Deadpool 2. Yeah, it's 5 dippers for me. It's one of those where it's I don't know.
It's too enjoyable not to give it such a high rating.
Exactly. Yeah.
Ignore all the bad story stuff and everything else. It's a fun, enjoyable movie.
And there's I was trying to think there's not really any pacing issues with the movie. Mm-hmm. The only time it gets a little bit slow is whenever he goes and sees Vanessa.
Mm-hmm.
I remembered her name. So whenever he goes and sees Vanessa, it gets a little bit slow. But it's also here's our story.
Yeah.
It gives us a little bit of our story elements, but Yeah, like overall, it was highly enjoyable. I think
So now we
I
just have
think
to
I think
wait
I think it's
for
definitely the crowd I saw it with too. The crowd was totally into it.
yeah.
Except the lady sitting
That's
next to me, she kept texting, but she would like put her coat over her head and like text
okay.
in there. Yeah, and I was just like basically she was making like a little tunnel for herself so that other people wouldn't see the light, which was nice. It was just weird whenever she kept moving to, text.
I'd rather she just not do it. Period.
Right?
Like, I'm sorry. It's a
like the
2-hour
theater
movie.
says, don't text.
If you can't be away from your phone for 2 hours, don't go see a freaking movie and ruin it for people.
Yeah, I'm right there. Like
You're not that important.
I do a bad thing because like I don't want to ruin the movie for other people, even if because I don't want my phone to let go, or because I have an iPhone. Like there's no silent; it vibrates. That's the silent.
Yeah.
I don't want my phone to buzz. I don't want my screen to get because I usually don't put it in my pocket because I hate things in my pockets when I sit. So like I'll like put it on my knee, and I don't want to like accidentally like move it and like the screen go on. So I always turn my phone off. I know I'm not a lot of people do that now. Like if I had like a backpack or if I had a purse, I could just put it in there and not have to worry about it. But since I don't have those, I turn my stuff off because I try to be considerate of everybody else, even though nobody else is ever considerate.
I put my phone in my pocket, screen side down, and I have it on silent. So that always does the trick.
Yeah, it's just one of those where I'm just like, but yeah, that was the only thing that I had was just that chick.
See, we went to Warren at the balcony to see it, and it was right as Colossus and Juggernaut were about to start fighting, and the person came by to put the check down for the food. Mm-hmm. I was like, get out of the way.
That's the only thing I absolutely hate about the Warren. Mm-hmm. Is when they have to come by during the middle of the thing. I wish that there was a way that you could do like the ordering at the Warren where you could just do it right there and then swipe your card the second that you purchase.
Yeah. I wonder, you could probably ask them, can I just go ahead and pay for my ticket now? Pay for the food now?
I bet
they probably bring out the receipt. I might do that next time.
Because, that is always the worst. Like, especially, like, when you're really engaged, and then you kind of see the movement out of the corner of your eye, and you're like, crap. And she comes, like, puts the thing down. And then they have to come and get it again.
Exactly.
So they come by 3 times to give you your ticket, take your ticket, and bring your ticket back. So it's one of those where it's just like, this is 3 times that I'm interrupting the movie.
Yeah. No, I'm going to try that next time I go, and just see if I can pay for it after I order.
Yeah, That's one of the reasons I stopped going to the Warren. Even though, like, I love the balcony, I would rather see any movie in the balcony. But whenever I go to the balcony, it's one of those where I feel like you have to get food.
Mm-hmm.
Because, that's what those guys make their tips and stuff off of. Because they're basically waiters up there. And so, like, if you go and then you don't get anything, it just seems like, like a waste, almost.
I can see that.
So, like, whenever I go to the balcony, I'm like, okay, so I have to get a drink and I have to get, like, an entree. Because that's just the way it goes. Because I feel bad because I'm like, yeah. It's not like the people down in, like, concession where, like, they'll give you popcorn and then they're like, bye. Like, these people, like they're not working for tips. Like, the people up in the balcony are working for tips.
Are they for sure, though?
I would assume so. I would assume they get paid maybe a little bit less than the concession floor people.
Don't know. Apply there, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, you apply there, and then... Do you know anybody that lives in Moore?
Yeah. Yep, a lot.
Yeah, ask them. Or we could just go to the
favor,
Warren
man?
and just, like,
over
ask
the weekend,
them.
go apply at Warren?
We could just ask, like, go to the Warren next time. Be like, do you guys get paid for tips? Like, how does this work?
Yeah.
That would probably be the easier option than have someone do a fake application.
We have gone way off rails from Deadpool.
We have. So, yeah, we both give Deadpool a 5. Other than that, I mean, yeah, Dragon Ball Z, Resurrection F, good movie. Deadpool, fantastic movie. Watch them both. That's all I got.
That's all I got. Same.
So, for our Friday's episode, we have our interview with voice actor Matt Shipman, who currently is the voice of Hero in Darling in the Franxx, or Franks. So that comes out Friday, so give that a listen. Super cool guy. Then next week, we have our 100th episode, which is Cowboy Bebop. So our first episode was Cowboy Bebop the movie. 100th episode is Cowboy Bebop the series, which also coincides with the 20th anniversary of Cowboy Bebop. So everything kind of... There were a lot of factors to, make this into the 100th episode.
It's like it just was planned out perfectly.
Exactly. It's like I started having to label all of the AniMay interviews as actual episodes in order to make it fit perfectly. And that's what happened. But yeah, so that's all we got. I mean, Corey, where can everybody find you?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Majestic Corey.
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Josh L. Kane. You can find the podcast on Instagram at Animation Station Podcast, on Facebook and Tumblr at Animation Station Podcast, on Twitter at Animate Podcast. And you can find all of our episodes on iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean, basically wherever podcasts are available. And you can also go to our website, animationstationpodcast.com, and click on the little podcast tab to find all of our episodes. All right, Corey, that was fun.
It was. Also, don't forget to leave reviews.
Yes, leave us reviews on the iTunes. If you guys have anything that you want us to talk about, shoot us an email over at animationstationpodcast@gmail.com. I'm pretty good about replying to those. So, yeah, if you got anything you want us to, talk about, you want to say hi, you want to say, hey, you guys suck, I take all those criticisms. So, yeah, just pop those on there. Because that's how we climb the iTunes reviews. Like, if you, review us, then that bumps us up the ladder so other people can hear us. And that way we reach more of a broader audience.
And we don't die.
Exactly. We don't die by the wayside.
Because our life force is directly tied to this podcast.
Exactly. Like, every time that you guys hit that download and we listen, it's like you're putting your hands up and just giving us your life force.
Oh my god. We're Goku.
We are Goku. Oh god.
On that note.
So for the Animation Station Podcast, I'm Goku.
I'm Goku.
I'm Josh.
I'm Corey.
Bye bye, little butterfly.
Toodaloo.